I love the sport
right.
of bodybuilding. And I really hope to bring to the sport the feminine and athletic side of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough to bring the two together and have a wonderful presentation. Yes. It is a sport. It is a craft. And to be able to do that, just like the male bodybuilders, I marketed and just the same, if not more, because of not only the things that we have to put in, just like the male competitors, but for us, being women, having to be most often heads of our household and just having different hormonal things that we have to deal with, that brings about more challenges.
Yes.
And just the more risk that we have to, for our physiques and our bodies and the strains that put on us from menstruals and just all different type of things. I think we should definitely be more supported, if not, definitely the same, if not more supported and advertised to do well and thrive.
Exactly.
In this sport.
As professional athletes,
yes.
we should be given the platform, we should be given the resources and the tools.
Correct.
And it shouldn't just be only, like privy to just the top 1%.
Correct.
It should be, you're part of a league.
Exactly. Like it being part of a union.
Like think of how like the WNBA is, right?
Being a part of a whole team.
Exactly. Even if you're on the bench, they're still taken care of.
Correct.
And now it may be a disparity in how much they may be making per se, but they're giving a salary. They're giving something substantial that they can live off or
contribute
leverage
to their livelihood.
Thank you. Exactly.
Yes, because it is. I always tell people, like golf, this is a very expensive sport. You do this for passion.
Correct.
Now, it you got to be able to support your passion, though. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of athletes fall by the wayside or make a lot of bad decisions because of the lack of support, not only financially, but just in being taking care of the athletes so they can do what they do what it takes to do what they do and do a good presentation at a show.
Oh, yeah.
And just represent and be an ambassador in general. Feeding yourself in general. I wish I had a little stipend for groceries.
Right.
I'd be pleased about that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If I get a sponsor to give me some Whole Foods gift certificates, some Kroger, some
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Basic little things that I'm gonna damn eat.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I am competing or not. This is what I do, so I'm gonna be feeding this body. Helps us out. Give me a little sponsorship for that.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? For this show, it was a wonderful experience for me. I don't know, again, this is my first bodybuilding, this is my pro debut for bodybuilding, and a show of this level was really awesome.
Because as a woman, we should be able to speak up and say, hey, we're doing the work, we're putting in the time, it would be nice to be compensated.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it.
For sure.
That's all.
We all know their expenses in doing this sport, so it just would be helpful, and but we do. We're gonna do it for the passion. We're gonna get it done. So it's all love. I appreciate the platform in general, and I do believe, as with all things, that there will be a progressive, positive evolution, and so these little variables will hopefully get better and be worked out.
But the only way that things change is if people start to speak up and talk about it, and that is, to me, why I wanted to do a show like this.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to put something like this together because I have been so impassioned about so many things in this industry, because I do care about, first of all, being a woman and caring about my fellow women. And I think that's because of how I came in as a model and just seeing how a lot of us get treated and how we get slighted on things, and especially when it comes to money. And so, then I became a serious athlete, and then I saw, okay, I'm a pro, but what does that mean? As I became a serious athlete, then I went, okay, we need more. We need more from us. We definitely need more. And so I guess with that being said, what would you like to see in the next 2 years? Let's just say 2 years for women's bodybuilding, now that you're part of the division.
I would like to see there being more. What I noticed as I was mapping out my competition season for this year, that our division isn't offered at all shows, or I'll say a lot of shows, definitely not all shows. I know all shows don't offer all divisions, but I just wish that our division was offered as a competitive division at more shows. So we have just a more of a more options for a platform to do what we love, and get an opportunity to go to our Super Bowl, the Olympia. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the main things. And then as an athlete, regardless if you are a quality athlete, I like to see there being ideally more teams or some type of a support system for us to be even better ambassadors, to bring even more women into the sport, you know, and just put more education out there, because fitness is part of our life, and we do it at the higher level. So if we could have the support to market and be better ambassadors at the higher level, I think it'd just be better for the whole sport as a whole, you know.
I definitely agree, and you know, it's come a long way, but again, now it's about having these conversations, and again, now we have the social media and the platforms to get our message and our opinions and voice across. I think it's an interesting time to be a female bodybuilder, and now more than ever, I say this all the time, it's our time, because other demographics are being represented and given that seat at the table, you know, and giving the promotion in those higher platforms, whether it be in media, whether it be in beauty and fashion. Right. So why not now muscular women, you know?
Exactly. Strong women.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Strong, beautiful women.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that is
putting in work, putting in quality work.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, that just speaks to just any awesome, great person. The work ethic that it takes to be committed, to maintain this lifestyle, to do a show, follow through, just all those wonderful attributes, that is something that should be promoted, valued, and supported. And that's what being a woman bodybuilder embodies. So for our sport, I think we are the queens, you know? Our whole fleet from all the women divisions, because we are the mothers of fostering and catering this feminine, strong partnership for this athletic sport, this extreme athletic sport.
Yes.
That we do so well with grace. Yes. You know.
Well, I just want to talk about the fact that you were one of the few standouts to me as far as your posing. I really liked your presentation, the Wonder Woman. I said this to you, but I want to say it again, you know, especially because we're here. And
I just got a chance to watch it, part of it, like about 83% I was able to watch part of it. Somebody sent me a snippet of it from something, and so it was good to see it and see that I did pretty decent.
Well, now I see that you have the dance. Now that you said that you have a dance background, I'm like, okay,
little cheer. I got a little cheer dance, a little tumbling background.
Yeah. So that shows having some kind of dance or cheerleading background. You can tell you were comfortable up there. You were. I love. This is my thing. I love when an athlete can command the crowd, but you don't have to call for the crowd's command. You know, you don't have to call for their attention. You didn't give us any of these. You didn't give us any of the, you know, you just went through your whole presentation and you let the music and the outfit, I mean, the Wonder Woman outfit was just, I mean.
It was me.
Yes.
If wonderful. I'm glad. I'm so glad.
If they could have given a best, you know, posing suit award or costume award, you would have gotten it.
Thank you.
But that's
a long time coming.
That's what it's about.
One of my mottos, and I got a lot of them, is I aspire to inspire.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
That's
good.
wonderful.
That's good.
I'm glad. Yes, good. Because then I'll see you rock it even better, and then it's going to inspire me like,
yeah.
Let me think.
Yes.
Be creative.
I mean, I look up to, and I mean, I still look up to how Linda did it, Linda Murray.
Oh, I love her. She's my idol.
So,
Linda, I love you.
Yeah.
Linda, I love you.
But I bring up people like her because she, you know, people know that name. But that era, right? That's the era where not only did the presentation of your physique matter, but your presentation.
Yes. Which I love. That's the showmanship, I feel.
Exactly.
Your personality while still doing, presenting your physique and gracefully and enthusiastically and, you know what I'm saying, personally.
Yes. So you had me.
Wonderful. I'm so glad.
You had me hyped, and I could tell the crowd was excited because,
good.
You know, again, the posing routines that came out were great, but
yes,
you know,
I saw some of the girls. They were awesome.
They were great, but I'm not gonna lie. I have an affinity for crowd pleasing routines that usually get me moving and grooving.
Wonderful.
You know, I'm sure judges like that too. After they judge a lot of great athletes, but you know, after a while, they're judging the same. You know, and the music's the same, and all this is the same. You know, you want a little pep, little pep, something to wake you up. You know,
sweet, spicy.
You know, make sure. Are you awake? You there? You good? Okay.
Wow. Very good.
Yes.
Very good. I'm glad to hear that feedback.
Yes, and to me, that's besides again your body and your presentation. It's how well you're able to execute your presentation.
And thank you so much. That's always a work in progress.
Yes.
So as a concerted efforts there.
How long have you been competing?
I've been competing. I just did the math today because somebody asked me that the other day, and I was like, shucks, I don't know. I just gave them the stats, like my age, and I did the math. About 16 years.
So when did you go pro?
So I started competing when I was 27,
Okay.
and I went pro when I was 36, and I'm 43. Wow. In training and since high school. You know, I mean, I was cheer, played tennis, track. Those are my 3 continued sports.
That's why those
track,
legs. I'm still
tennis.
goals. I'm still working on my life.
And now, as an older adult, I still play tennis and gym rat. You know, so yes, 27. I started competing in figure. 36. I went pro as a women's physique athlete, and I just turned 43 about 2 weeks ago.
Well, happy belated, girl. Taurus.
Hey.
I'm 420, so I'm Taurus.
Hey.
Yep.
Yes, girl. Wonderful.
Got a little fire. I'm on the cusp.
Oh, yeah, girl, you got it. Yeah, no, you there. Sweet, spicy, yes.
Yes, that's
very
me.
good. Very good. Yes.
But that's amazing. So
from Atlanta, live in Dallas. Been in Dallas for about a little over 10 years, maybe about. I was doing math for that today too. I think it's about 12 years I've been in Dallas now. So I'm an implant. Just transitioned from women's physique last September. I did the Rising Phoenix show as a women's physique athlete. That was my pro debut. The year before that, I attempted my pro debut at the Shreveport show for a women's physique athlete, and I got sick and passed out at prejudging backstage and couldn't compete. So my women's physique pro debut was postponed like a whole year. Did it last year at the Wings of Strength show in Phoenix, wonderful show, and my main feedback was, you got too much size. Unbeknownst to myself, not knowing, after not having competed in 2 years, not getting comparative feedback and all that insight, I had put on a little extra muscle. So that was my feedback. Hey, you're sizable. I was thinking they was gonna say, oh, you're posing up, and they was like, no, ma'am, that's too big for this division. So after September of last year, I decided to transition, and I transitioned to women's bodybuilding this year. So this was my women's bodybuilding debut after.
But I mean, that's amazing.
But I went pro at freaking 36, and had a whole lot of different challenges in between that time, and then, like I said, the last 2 years, last year doing my women's pro debut, the year before that in Shreveport getting sick at prejudge.
It's always nice to hear other people's stories. That's it puts into perspective for me because in this day and age,
you got life, just regular old life.
Yeah.
And
in this day and age,
and all that jazz.
I lost my father before my pro debut in 2021 to COVID, and that was very, very. That was. Still, one of the toughest things I've ever been through in my life, and I made my pro debut because my coach was like, if you don't make your pro debut, or get yourself together, like, you know what I mean? You need to do something. Mm-hmm. So we literally, pulled me together. And I didn't even get looked at my pro debut at all. But I didn't even place. But it was a big deal that I actually followed through and
went through it. Yes, and that sets you up for your follow-up.
Right.
Your mental, the whole work. I totally get
it. Did, because then I put my head down and I won Omaha. Regardless of who showed, I won that show.
After
I showed up
getting
enough.
Sick
I put
in Shreveport. I was like, at prejudging, passed out, woke up and was like, arguing with telling MCs, did my division go on? They was like, man, you just passed out.
Oh, no.
You need to refocus. I'm like, look, I'm good. I'm taking off electrodes. They like, ma'am,
right?
We're not going to be able to let you go.
Right.
I'm like looking at the MC and looking at him like, look, I'm getting upset now. I'm like, I can do some, I'm in better shape than you. How you going to tell? I'm like, good. I'm like, I done got it out my system.
Right.
I am well. Did my division go up? Girl, the promoter was like, we can't for liability reasons have you. I was like,
yeah.
She's like, you want to go in the audience? I was like, no, let's go.
Right. Yep.
So that was that.
Yep.
Fast forward. So after that, for me to do the Phoenix show, it was like, let's get through this. Get on stage. After finals, I was like, after prejudging, I was like, oh man, I was so bummed out. I was like, I didn't do my posing right. I didn't do it. I was having nerves and blah, blah, blah. I had a little moment. I got it together, practiced, was ready for finals. Came back to finals, like, yeah, I'm going to kill my routine. The same routine you saw last night. I was like, man, you did not make top 10. You're not going to be able to do your routine. That didn't get me in top 10. It was potentially, I was a little too sizable. So with that, I made the decision to transition to the bigger girls, and here we are. So I'm happy about it.
Yes.
You know.
And you made a splash in New York, and
It was good, yes.
yes.
I worked it out. It worked out.
All things always come together for good. I definitely believe that, and
For sure.
and it is always nice to see the vision come to fruition.
Yes, yes.
It really is. It makes all of the hard times where it's like,
Yeah.
I'll go through it again just to get to this point.
Yes, yes. And my whole resolve, even off the top, was one. I'm helping. You know, every prep is a you know, it's a little, you go through a little journey, and you know, you have some growth and you learn different things about yourself, and hopefully the next one will be a little bit better, get a little feedback. So for me, just to get through this one successfully, be well, you know, and get good feedback, you know, and just to accomplish what I wanted to, it was good. So I'm happy.
What got you into bodybuilding? What made you decide to become a competitor?
Okay, well, I always loved looking at fitness magazines and things like that. So like I said, I was, you know, athletic in high school. In college, I was pretty much like a gym rat. I didn't play for my college or anything until I became a gym rat. I loved my little fitness magazines, and I was like, you know, I did a little bit of fashion modeling here and there, whatevs, and I was like, I would like to do this. And I was training and teaching group exercise, and so I just wanted to see, I was interested to see how I could personally transform my body if, you know, desires, the way I can connect with my people through my process of going through my competition efforts and just bodybuilding lifestyle.
Body types are different. If you're seeing, you know, somebody who's like a slim thick telling you that what I did works for me, but yet your genetics aren't, you know,
Right.
you're not built for that, then, you know, you're sitting here trying to put your body through something that it's not even, it's not going to go, it doesn't need to go through.
No, exactly. And I always say, again, I have a lot of little sayings and mantras. I always say it's more than one way to do a push-up. Meaning there's more than one way to get to your goal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So some people feel like, oh, I gotta starve and be no carb and do 30 hours of cardio to get to this goal.
Yes. That old standard.
It's more than one way to do a push-up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all relative. So, you know, if you are, you know, so again, it's all relative to you. Because if you are got the same goals, say you and your sister, same fitness goals, say you even got the same physique makeup because, you know, you're twins, but one of you guys has some dietary GI distress. Say you're lactose intolerant or you're a vegetarian. And then you got the other one who, you see what I'm saying? So then you still can get to your goal.
Right.
But you're going to have a different plan, a different program. Doesn't mean one is better or worse than the other. Mm-hmm. So it's all relative. You just got to do your homework and honestly know that you are your best advocate. So, you know, you got to do your homework. Just, you know, do some research. It behooves you to be checking into stuff for your own self.
And since we're still on lifestyle and health, a lot of studies have been coming out, and I've been into this myself, about mood regulation and diet. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts as far as, let's say you were giving, you know, client advice on nutrition and all their needs? How does that play a role for you? Not for you. How do you feel that nutrition and mood regulation and hormones, how important is that?
I think it's very important. Because
we're not having enough conversations about that.
Yes,
and
completely.
I actually realized a lot of my mood issues was because of the food that I was eating as a bodybuilder, and people were telling me, professionals, saying this is how you need to prep.
Cortisol levels. Mm-hmm. Now you've got just a negative domino effect.
Right.
Now with these higher cortisol levels, now your metabolism is going to start to slow in its own right. Mm-hmm. In addition to whatever GI distress you had because of the gluten intolerance. You see what I'm saying? So it behooves you to figure these things out, be your own health advocate, get your, you know, stuff checked, and don't, what's somebody else's situation might not necessarily be yours. You know, do your own work. Go get it checked out. When in doubt, check it out. Since it says, oh, this coach told me,
yeah,
you are different. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, blah, blah, blah.
But that's important, being your biggest advocate.
Your own advocate, yeah.
Yeah, and
you'll be proactive about your own health care.
Right. And I think that we need to be having these talks. Getting back to this, the competitive side, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to do good. Sure. Everybody wants to, you know, go. But it's like you gotta know when you gotta slow, right? Mm-hmm. You know, We'll do a little saying, you know when you got to go and you know when you need to go slow.
Right, exactly.
That's how I've assessed how I'm moving in my off season, because I've had people say, "Oh, well, you're fresh off the Olympia. You don't want to lose momentum." What momentum? Like my health is my momentum. My wellness is my momentum.
Right.
You know, and last time I checked, this is a one person operation here. So
and
unless
not,
unless you're gonna,
finance me to be like, okay, well, we need you to do this by this. Yeah, we're gonna get back on that financial support and the whole sponsorship stuff, because like you're on your own schedule.
Right.
You are your own.
Mm-hmm. And again, like I said, your health
agent.
And everything. Yes.
Yeah.
You got to be your own biggest advocate and look out for yourself. And so, that's why I'm openly having these conversations, and I want those that feel comfortable to talk about it to do so, because we're only seen in these certain tropes that we're strong, that we're powerful, that we got it all together, and just these certain little things when it comes to women's bodybuilders. What makes us so great and so strong is the fact that we can be up here, but we also are down here at times. There's an ebb and a flow.
Yeah.
For
sure.
We're no different than a man.
We are human.
We are human.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying, being able to show these moments. And I haven't, I don't have kids, but a lot of my friends.
For sure.
And I don't have
any children. I got canine kids.
Okay. So, but we know a lot that are in this industry that have kids, have families, and they're still out there killing the game.
Yes.
So it's like talking about what goes on before you.
Because it's tough
right.
enough. Just
right. So the in between, what it takes to get there.
Yeah.
And it's not always pretty. Yeah, it's not always, and we don't always have it all together, but it's the fact that we can have that fortitude to overcome and get to where we need to get to that makes us stand alone and different. Yes.
And just having a wonderful community to support us is just it makes it even better, so to have allies and friends and fellow competitors that are quality and just support each other. Like I met some wonderful athletes at this show, and I just really appreciate having the platform to compete and to just meet these other awesome athletes. It was just a great experience. I honestly got so much love from all the divisions when I went to that Wings of Strength show in Phoenix, that I did not even know that it was an all-women show. It was such a wonderful atmosphere. All the divisions had so much love. It was great. And back to this New York show, all these competitors, I met some bikini competitors. As a matter of fact, I had a photo shoot the other day, and these female competitors, they're just tough, strong sisters, and it was just a lot of love.
We've been talking about a lot of good stuff, and I'm really happy that we had this time to just sit and just chat as colleagues, and I feel like you're like a girlfriend now, and I think that's what it's all about, connecting and building relationships. For sure. So again, great talking to you. Great job on your top 5 finish.
Thank you so much.
At the New York Pro.
Thanks.
And we'll keeping our eyes on you, Towanda. It's Towanda Smith.
Thank you, guys.
Wonder Woman. Well, this has been an episode of Herstory with Danielle Willis. Stay tuned for more episodes.